No position in American sports feels the pressure or the weight on their shoulders like a quarterback. Hopes and dreams of an entire fan base of teams ride on whether their signal caller can lead them to glory. And boy, what a matchup of two elite dudes we have in this one. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the home of the USC Trojans, the storied Los Angeles Coliseum. As we'll see, the defending national champions, the Georgia Bulldogs, taking on one of the participants from last year's playoff, the USC Trojans. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. That's some way to start this game. They're lining up for an onside kick. What a way to start this game. Try to rattle them right off the bat with an onside kick, and it pays off. See if they can turn this drive into points. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Shoots it to the left. Picked off, and the opening drive is stuck with an interception. Couldn't find a ton of room on that return, but that small change, they take over at the 43.
You usually want to start a game when you come into a hostile environment with a great first drive. Get some momentum, quiet the crowd, Palmer. The exact opposite on the road, and you make a big mistake on the road.
Yeah, I love coming into a hostile environment, trying to be aggressive from jump, but that interception was like giving every single fan here in this stadium a triple shot of espresso. They are going crazy right now after getting that interception.
The Trojans come to the line in the hurry-up.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize. So you go get on the ball and get ready to run some no-huddle.
All right, guys, let's think big picture USC. They start the season in the top 10. Ideal position to make a run. But what do they need to avoid?
Well, I think you avoid the talks about me and where we're at, because that doesn't matter. This team's got a lot to prove. It's a very talented team, but they got to start the season off. That first impression makes a big deal in all these voters, Jesse.
Yeah, I think a lot of these players are hungry to prove that top 10 ranking is legit. But talking to some of their guys too, David, they actually feel like they're not ranked high enough. They actually feel disrespected being where they are, which is pretty amazing considering this is already a really great jumping point. I can't wait to see how they play today.
So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Finds the tight end. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on down. From the gun. Give on the inside. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the 1st down line?
And a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
You can really set the tone for what's possible in your season in early season showdowns like this, both in the top 10 and both with the loftiest of goals.
This one's fun too, David, because we had this game circled in the offseason. We knew this was going to be a really good matchup early, and we're going to find out the answers to a lot of questions we have about both these teams.
Well, and sometimes it's hard to figure that out, right? Like, you don't get till mid-season, you're like, oh, they haven't played anybody out the gates, 2 top 10 teams. We get to find out really quickly who's legit.
And runs like that are like body blows in a boxing match. 4, 5, 6-yard gains early turn into 20, 30, 40-yard gains later. They really wear down defenses, and they test their physicality.
Wants to go up top. Using his feet to buy time. Fires downfield. Complete to the right. Out of bounds right at the 20-yard line. Edge of the red zone, and they have their eyes on the score. The Dogs look to keep this drive humming. Wants to throw on first down. How about getting the foot down on that throw for the big completion? It's first down from the 11. Run in the red zone. It's Joyner. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. Guys, let's chat about Georgia. What an offseason in the recruiting department, reeling in a top 10 class when you got to think that's going to happen.
Man, yeah, it's just nice when you get some recruiting and some excitement, right? Get a top 10 class. You know the talent is really, really good. The young talent pool.
And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Dogs!
Man, you've seen the evolution of the option, and you've seen the evolution with scrambling quarterbacks that can run and be so dynamic and just so much to defend. The quarterback says, forget that. You defend everything, I'll take it myself. In for 6.
And the PAT makes it 7-0. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking downfield on first down. The sure hands, it's Rush. This is the kind of run that falls in the category of sanctioned violence as he's up to the 31. And the Trojans racing to the line in the hurry up. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Makes a connection. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43. Doesn't SC always seem to have a quarterback right out of central casting and one that'll pick up a first down for you with his arm?
Yeah, and it doesn't matter the year. It just doesn't matter the number. It continues to churn out. They find those guys. Just such an easy place to recruit when you've got that kind of pedigree. You always find superstars at the quarterback spot.
And an absolutely fearless tackle, giving up size, still got him on the turf. I don't think he was the primary receiver on that play, David, but a very productive pickup on first down.
And these tight ends are so good at understanding zones and where to sit down. And listen, it's not the huge game down the field, but it's always death by 1,000 cuts, small gains, great tackles, and continue to move the sticks.
They'll try to get the first through the air. Working that left side now. They're able to keep him out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2 after the big play in the passing game.
And that's why through the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
And the defense stuffs the run, and the ball will remain at the 2. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Got it back on second and goal. Going right back to the well, and this time he finds water. Gets it into the end zone for the touchdown.
This running back was not going to be denied. Nice blocking up front to create a hole for this running back, and he was able to take advantage.
Setting up for the extra point and the tie. And they tacked on the extra point. So a well-executed 8-play, 75-yard drive. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. From inside the 10, here he comes. They'll be able to get off one more play before quarter's end. Pulls and fires complete. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the second quarter. Absolutely nothing settled. Deadlocked after one period of play as we have a look at the stats. They fought to a standstill in the first. Let's see who gets the edge early in the second. On the run, it's Joyner. Dragged down at the 26 after a pickup of 5.
It's a good-looking run, and I'll say this. I know Georgia's always been known to run the football. They always want to be really physical, but it starts up front. They always seem to have great units on the offensive line. Guys that communicate and guys that get pushed. And they've put many running backs into the NFL, but it's because of these big old hog mollies up front.
And he just chucks it into the 4th row.
And that goes down as an incompletion, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the OC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He obviously was so he's outside the tackle box. He knew he could throw it away as long as he got it past.
Breaks into the open. Spin move. He found plenty of room, and he gets it to the 39-yard line.
As a defense, it's so hard covering this guy. Because of his frame, you're not really going to match up, but this guy's also got some wheels. The hard part is bringing him down after the catch. This guy's like a giant giraffe. You're just lions hanging on his neck trying to drag him to the ground. Not easy to do.
Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow in 2nd and 7.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive. Stick your foot in the ground. Pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They'll get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
3rd and short, coming from the 34. You wonder if this is 4-down territory. Makes the grab. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on 1st down.
Really nice job there by the quarterback, understanding that it's zone coverage on 3rd down.
Touchdown, Georgia! They wanted to finish, and that they did on that possession. Well, they started with horrible field position, but and let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. After taking another look just to confirm everything, the officials on the field got it right. Play will stand. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And he's not going to take the touchback. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. Looking to throw on 1st down. Rushes on him. 1st down and more. Out to the 32-yard line before he goes out of bounds, and that's the way to give a little start to the drive.
This is the most annoying thing in the world for a defense, is when you start to play all these plays and all these pass concepts and routes, and then you let the quarterback get outside the pocket, and he takes off, and he gets a 1st down. Like, so much to defend. That is the hardest thing to defend, because you don't know where it's going to happen on the field and when it's going to happen.
Finds his big tight end. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. Wide receiver comes in motion. Little touch pass to the receiver. Running into the open space. A most efficient pickup of 6 on... It's 2nd and 4. making adjustments. Gonna swing it on second down. That's caught. It's Weeks. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. The Trojans come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Fires to the big fella. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size. Clock stopped. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and they've got a chance to lock this thing up before the break. And the Trojans can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Back to pass. And the ball's out, and they're after it. Oh, the offense fortunate to fall on that one, and they'll live to fight another play.
Well, the offense is able to avoid disaster right there. Problem is they fumbled it, but thankfully they were able to jump back on and not have a turnover.
The Trojans come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. On the move. Just what they'd hoped for on 3rd down as they've got a first at the 32. To the air on first down. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
Well, it was a good throw. It was a good route, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. The give from the gun. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
They've got enough for the first down, and they're in the red zone at the 20. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. Making side adjustments here. Looking to pass inside the red zone. Finds his big tight end. Touchdown, USC! Hauled that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score.
Man, that is picture-perfect execution by this offense. That is how you close a half. Chewing up some time, getting in the end zone, a chance to tie this up and feel really good about yourself going into halftime.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Top 15 teams colliding, fellas, in a game of massive importance. Let's catch up to speed. Tennessee is delivering an offensive masterpiece so far. It feels like they've been singing Rocky Top all day. They're up 14 over Miami. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this one.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Looking to throw on first down. He's going for it all. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on first down.
Pedal to the metal right now for this offense. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns. Here on their 3rd possession, they're still taking shots way down the field, and why not? Give the defense credit finally. Something good happens for them to get the incompletion, but if I'm this quarterback, I'm still throwing it.
Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. Skips away from pressure. Throws to the wideout. It's caught downfield. He'll step out of bounds right at the 35-yard line, and maybe they've got something cooking.
Nice job by the receiver on the back end there, too. He sees his quarterback on the run moving, and he just works to get himself open to give his guy a place to throw the football. They're able to connect, and they keep the drive going.
They'll snap it on first down from the 35. Toss sweep to the right. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. To the air on second down. Unloads to the wideout. He's got it. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays.
Timeout.
They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Wants to go up top on first down. A shot toward the end zone. Throw to the end zone. It's picked off. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. And the Trojans will line up to kick off and start the second half. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that...
There he goes. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Bulldogs. And that one will put him up here in the second half.
I mean, talk about hard to stop. Like, so many weapons, so much speed, and then your quarterback is going to go 50-plus. Defensive coordinators, that's why nobody wants to play defense anymore or coach defense. You want to be on the offensive side of football because otherwise you got to defend weapons like these that are just weapons of mass destruction.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's rushed. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out in the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. They'll try to answer that last score with one of their own. A chance here to tie the game with a touchdown drive. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
So now it's second and long. Quarterback may change this route. Quickly out to the tight end. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the first down? The Trojans are in the hurry-up.
Great job by the offense. Listen, if the defense is going to sit back in zone, you know what you got to do. Run those crossers across the formation. Those guys that are looking at the quarterback, they're not trying to pick up receivers all the time. Make those precise throws, right in those holes, get those first downs, get those big chunks.
Grabbed in the middle. It's Rush. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a first down.
And that's a really good job by the QB, getting the ball out of his hands, knowing where the sticks are, getting the first down. And they saw something they liked because here they come, right back on the ball to run another play.
And there's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, he wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
On second down, he'll try to make the connection. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down.
And quarterbacks got to understand, I know you got your favorites, and you're going to look out there and you're, that guy's really good. I'm going to find ways to get him. But I got to take what the defense gives me, and double coverage is probably not the avenue that I want to go attack consistently.
That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down. And the Trojans will bring the punt team onto the field. First time today we've seen a punter go to work. And the punt hits at the 6, and they can't down it, and it'll be a touchback. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Well, the defense was trailing going in at halftime, and I think they made some adjustments against the run. They want to slow this guy down. That's a really nice start to the second half if you're on defense.
They'll run it from the gun. It continues to be a long day as they are just swarming every time he gets the ball. And the running game has been going in the wrong direction. They'll try to get their first positive play of the drive here on third down. Now sliding to his left. Looking deep. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's fourth down.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable third and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters, and I know the pass is coming, so I can have more success.
Makes the catch, wants to make a move upfield. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return gets a little bit of ground for the offense. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. Another opportunity here. They had to punt it on their last possession, but this time, tight game, hoping to get something on the board. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41. Looking to fire. Quickly to the tight end. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. Look, you can't take away everything, right? So you give them that and rally and make a solid tackle.
Yeah, and a lot of times in zone coverage, I like when I can get all the eyes on the quarterback. I like when I can...
Oh, a lot of space. And finally out of bounds after an explosive run by this ball carrier. The Trojans want to crank the tempo. The give to the back. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
The coaching staff defensively, they harp on this unit to be more physical, to fly to the football and gang tackle. You're seeing all of that in this game. That's why they're one of the best run defenses in the nation.
He might want another play. Back to pass on second down. Finds his back in the middle. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6.
Get the completion, and now you set up a manageable third down situation in the red zone. This is a huge down in distance in this game.
Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a first and goal. Calls his own number. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Southern Cal!
The defense knew coming into this game they were going to have their hands full. Not only did they have to worry about these running backs in the running game, they had to worry about the quarterback as well. On design runs and on scrambles, they didn't have an answer for him right there.
They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. work up top. Now he's going to break the pocket. Looking down the left side. He's got it on the outside. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line.
And that receiver had nobody around. That has got to be embarrassing for the defense. When you let someone that deep downfield go completely uncovered.
Wants to throw on first down. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
Brought down at the 20-yard line after ripping off the big play.
One of the things that makes this quarterback so dangerous is how accurate he can be when he's on the run. And he's a guy that's looking to throw. He's not looking to take off himself. Showed you that accuracy on that play to get the first.
And the Dogs will have it 1st and 10. They'll go to the ground. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that rate and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
Fires on the move. Finds a man on the left. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be 1st and goal from there. The Bulldogs started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. What a ride. It's been through the first 3 quarters of this game. We are all tied up. Let's check out some stats. This is when winning plays are made, and we start right now in the 4th. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. From the gun. Using his legs to buy some time. Touchdown, Dogs! They've got the lead here in the 4th.
And he's in for his 3rd rushing touchdown. You college fantasy football players, that is what you want to see. +6, +6, +6. Let's go.
The extra point is good, and now in the 4th, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute if they want to snatch this thing from the fire.
And this is going to fall on the quarterback's shoulders here in the 4th quarter. You're trailing. It's a close game. You are going to have to complete some balls. You're going to have to make some big-time throws in small windows under duress if you're going to bring your team back and will them to victory. Incomplete there, obviously, but expect them to continue to throw it. This quarterback better dial in.
Ball sitting right at the 30. It'll be 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the tight end. Oh, he's got some space. And he gets it done on 3rd down. They move the chains, and they'll mark it at the 44.
And it's on 3rd downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. And he's left with no option. He just threw it away.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there. I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the 1st.
I know that was 3rd down, and I know the quarterback's trying to be careful. You don't want to be too greedy, but he had guys open downfield. I think if he had been a little bit more patient and been a little bit more willing to let the play develop, I think he could have converted that with a throw vertically down the field. Instead, he got lazy, checked it down to his running back, and now they're setting up 4th down.
And it's swatted away. It's a turnover on downs. The give, and tick, 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 tick.
Well, the offense has the lead, and we call this 4-minute offense. This is a situation that teams around the country practice, having the lead late in the game and needing to ice it by running the football and throwing high-percentage passes.
Running back searching for a hole. And he has had a long day at the office, not to mention the backfield, as the defense has been all over him. And the Bulldogs come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. He's going to look for a man on 3rd and short. Here's an interception. Oh, did they need that turnover? Bringing it back. The 20. Touchdown, Trojans. What a great play. What a huge moment for this defense.
How about a game-changing play for this defense? Stepping in front of the football and knowing what to do with it, taking it all the way to the end zone.
Looking for the tie with the extra point. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
A pair of top 15 teams throwing haymakers today. Let's show you the very latest. Tennessee is currently ahead in this one, but unlike the days of Neyland and Fulmer and Majors, this has not been a blowout today in Knoxville. They're up by 11 over Miami. We promise to keep you posted on what goes down in this exciting college football matchup.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. That last pick six after a drive like that, David can swing the momentum. Turning it on. Past the 50.
And there it is, toss play to the left, using this guy's speed on the perimeter. They weren't able to bring him down. That's an explosive play offensively.
Whistle blows, clock stops, and there are 2 minutes left to play in this one. After that huge play, let's see if they can punctuate it. It's 1st and 10 from the 20. Might as well give it to him again. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Stopping the run is about physicality. It's about I'm bigger than you. I'm stronger than you up front. Really nice job by the defense, showing their strength, bowing up, stuffing the run.
This crowd even louder now on 2nd down as they try to hold on. Looking for space. It's Beck. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line. Let's see what they've dialed up on 3rd and long from the 22. From the gun, wants to pass. Quick completion on the out route. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a 1st down. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. Game here late in the 4th. They want control the ball, and they're not going to punt it away. They'll go for it on 4th down. And you want to know what impact home field advantage can have? There it is. The offense will walk it back. A tie game here late, and they do not want to give up this football. They'll go for it on 4th down. Timeout on the field, and everybody want to make sure they're organized as we come down the gut of the game. Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going to go for it on 4th down. He'll go up top, maybe a deciding play here. Makes the catch. Touchdown, Georgia. And with that, they move out front here in the 4th.
Who can you count on those big moments? Who can make those big plays? Who do you trust? And they trust the receiver to run a go and to run right by the DB. He makes the play, breaks the tie, takes the lead for this football team.
And he makes the extra point. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Starts from their own 25-yard line. He wants to change this route. He'll start this drive going to the air. Pressure coming. They get him on the ground. Didn't see anything downfield, but made a little something out of it. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Looking downfield on 1st down. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming.
Well, the windows right now to throw into are getting smaller and smaller. How about the defender that time breaking on the ball? It was the hit that caused the incompletion.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Couldn't connect on 1st down. Now back to the air. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. Brought down at the 47-yard line after the 15-yard pickup. Looking to throw on 1st down. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Well, I know it hasn't been a tremendous day statistically for this quarterback, but his decision-making has been good enough to win this game. Hasn't thrown a lot of TDs so far, but when things aren't open, he throws it away like on that play right there. He's not putting his team in a bad spot, and that's why they still have a shot to walk out of here with a W.
And he didn't get a big gain. You want to call that play and probably want to get more yards, but you could tell that was super close from seriously busting loose. Nice job running the screen, getting the ball to your playmaker. If he could just make one more guy miss, that might have been huge.
Takes it from the gun on 3rd down. Fires to the big fella. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the 1st down.
Man, this is such a hard situation. That clock is your enemy, and you've got to push the ball down the field. But you know the defense is dropping back, so you can take the underneath stuff and go to your 2nd and 3rd read some, but we've got to stay aggressive.
Finds his tight end. Stop short of the marker, and they stop for this defense, and they get the ball back.
Great coverage on that 4th down play. Nice job blanking the receiver out wide. The defense, you could tell, they knew they were going for it. They had a game plan. They get the big stop and turn it over to their offense.
What a show both of these teams put on today. Couple of outstanding squads, hotly contested battle all the way to the very end.
Yeah, we came into this one expecting this to be a back-and-forth battle. We knew it was going to go down late into the